Hey everyone, I'm Jacob and this is Archimedes Tub. Today I'm going to be showing you how to modify your RC car to have brighter lights for if you want to drive it outdoors or something. Like, I got this like $80 one off of Amazon a couple of weeks ago, and it has two LED lights right there, but at night they're just not very bright and they don't usually blink. It's just the remote's not on. Anywho, so in this video, what we're going to be doing is taking this uh, 12 volt LED light here, and we're going to be wiring it up and then adding it to the truck as like a stoplight or spotlight, rather, like what you would see on like a police car. So our materials we need, gotta have the RC truck, of course. 12 volt LED light. You don't have to use one like this specifically, but it's just one I had on hand. Two AA batteries, one 9 volt battery, some 18 gauge wire, and I pre-cut all this. But yeah, I just got an 18 gauge roll of wire from Walmart. You're going to want to have like wire strippers, basically a basic electrical toolkit. I also have a multimeter because you're going to want to check your voltage through each step in the process. Just make sure you're doing everything right. So first thing we'll do is we'll just check our batteries here and make sure that they are all putting out a charge, because we don't want to get this thing all secured up and then realize our batteries are dead and have to untape it all. All right. All right, we got our multimeter, and now we're gonna test this battery here. You want to connect the negative first, which is this one here, and this side is the positive. So we will go to our negative first, then our positive. Can't really see it because my hands are in the way, but we're getting a reading of 8.81 at the moment. So battery's down a little, which makes sense because I've been using it. So all right, so that one's good. Now we'll check our AA battery. Set the so negative side first, touch our positive, I'm reading 1.48 volts, which adds up because these are 1.5 volt batteries. And the same thing for this one here. Also get 1.54 volts off that one, so that's good. These are all charged batteries here. All right, so we will set our multimeter and the leads to the side. All right. So the first thing that I would recommend doing is securing all the batteries together with electrical tape. So you're going to want to position this a certain way. So you get your, all right, so charge flows from negative to positive. So you would have this negative side here wired up to this positive, and then you would have this battery on this side. It's not going to stand up like that probably, but there it goes. Anyway, and it's going to have it's negative next to that positive. So we can actually we'll get that tape together. Make sure it's tight. You don't want to use too much electrical tape because you don't want it to be all like, you know, just a big mess of tape, if you know what I mean. So, all right, we got those secured together. I'm surprised it's standing up on its own actually. So, we got our 3 wires here. How we're actually going to do this, I believe I had it set up this way. So we have to put these batteries in series, which basically means that they're just going to be all hooked up together in a straight line. And so we know we got the we got our positive terminal there for the 9 volt right next to that negative, and then our positive, or I mean our negative there connected to that positive. So how we're gonna hook this all up is, so since my wires are already cut, I can show you what how it's gonna be set up before I even tape everything up. So we've got this really small wire here, and that's going to connect this positive terminal on the 9 volt to the negative terminal on the 1.5 volt AA battery. And once we do that, we can check it with our voltmeter, and it should give us like 10.5 volts, and we'll test each step along the way. So why don't we go ahead and tape those together. Usually the best way to do it is just put your wire on the tape and come down with it. So we'll get it. Now we don't want to cover up our negative terminal there. Probably just went with a little too much electrical tape on that side. It's fine. It's just a rough version of it anyway. Make sure everything's making good contact. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our multimeter to determine that we are getting 10.5 volts like we should be. So first things first, got my negative here, gonna touch that first and come over to my positive up here. And I'm not reading anything. Probably a wire loose. Okay, the error was indeed a loose wire, so I'm taking steps to further secure that right now, which you'll probably have to do too. But just try to avoid using as much as you can. So now we are getting a 10.5 volt reading from putting this one AA and this 9 volt in series. So what's our next step? Now we are going to connect this negative terminal to this positive terminal. And so what we'll do is we'll twist that wire up real good. And we can wrap that around that negative terminal there. And now what I did, I actually left that exposed so I could just like take that wire off, break the connection, and like not drain the batteries with the bulb being on constantly. So it's basically your kill switch. Right, and then come over here, tape that down. Make sure it's good and secure so we don't have to keep undoing it. All right. Now you want to make sure that this wire is making really good contact with the negative lead. I might actually have to break out my needle nose pliers, maybe not. All right, we'll give that a test. And what we'll do is we'll now see if we can get a approximately 12-volt reading off of this. Goes backwards. All right, negative, positive. Yep, we are getting a 12-volt reading. 11.85 actually, which reflects the battery usage. Okay, so cool. So now we have put two AA's and a 9-volt battery in series to achieve approximately 12 volts, which is what is needed to power this LED here. All right, so we'll set that to the side for the moment. Now we'll hook up our LED here. And the way this is rigged up is you're going to want to put the positive connection, which would be over here on that, touching that center spot directly. And then you want to have your negative lead, or in this case, negative part of the wire running to this outer shell. So we're going to tape that up to get that secure. All right, so now give this a test out here. You'll want to touch that, go ahead and touch the bulb to the positive side. Come over here, touch the negative terminal of this battery. Make sure y'all have a good view here. Yeah. 1 second, we'll give you a good view. Boom. You touch that wire to the negative terminal, on comes your light. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll just tape this all together to secure it. And then we can attach it to our truck. All right, now that we've rudimentally connected all these things, I can give you a demonstration when I reconnect this switch here. Boom, light turns on, it's hella bright. Take it off. If I barely touch it, you can see it glows some. If I press it all the way, boom, big old light bulb. And once it gets nighttime, I will actually demonstrate it on the truck. But right now, I'll just attach it, which is also gonna look pretty funny because I'm just using electrical tape to tape this onto the truck. But regardless, it's gonna make it better to drive at night, and it's just a fun little thing to do for a cheap little RC truck I got on Amazon. And depending on where you're actually driving your RC truck at, the tape may or may not last a good bit of time. Where I'm driving mine at, it's not at all, because it's like a lot of rocks and sand and stuff like that. So it doesn't really want to, the tape gets dirty and it doesn't really stick as well. Alright, so we basically just secured that with electrical tape. Let's see. You may have to play with the bulb a little to get it positioned properly on the AA battery, but once you get it on there, you'll get it on there, and you can secure it with electrical tape however you want. So let's see. I didn't really do too swell of a job securing this, but yeah, you can see how absolutely bright that light is. And yeah, so it definitely demonstrate at night once the sun goes down. Alright, so this is the end product. You can tell just, you can see what the, how bright the headlights that came with it are versus the spotlight attached to the top. So you can drive it around a little. Gives us a cool, like, 360 lit view. So yeah, you can really see the difference. You can see how it gives like a nice 360 lit view almost. And it's a neat little truck here. It's pretty fun to play with. But yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Turn on the bell if you'd like. Get new content that we're coming out with every week. So yeah, we got a Patreon and a GoFundMe too if you'd like to support this channel and help us keep making cool content. Thank you.